My beautiful stars, reading time. I don't know what deck to go for. So I'm thinking we should probably start with tarot, because that in itself means this collective, you could be a little bit confused, a little bit all over the place right now. Let's start with tarot. All right, main collective. The main focus. Maybe your impatience is being a little bit activated right now. So we've got 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 4 of Wands, Temperance in reverse. I'm going to read that both ways. Okay, so right now this collective, you're clearly feeling quite overwhelmed emotionally. But also there could actually be 10 of Wands. That's a lot of wands you're carrying. You're walking through life with these 10 wands in front of you, and I really see that 10 of Wands as someone that has all these burdens, but unfortunately you really don't let people in on your burdens. You kind of hold those burdens close to your chest. You probably feel like you're trying to push a boulder up a hill right now. 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords, both upright. You're not in a pleasant energy, that's for sure. Okay, you could be focusing on certain betrayals that either have surfaced or haven't surfaced. You could be going through a separation, especially with someone that you were building a foundation with. You could have been married to this person. I have allocated that as my four of Wands is also my twinny card. Maybe someone you believe you're in a divine connection with. But when it comes to the community around you, the support, the family structure, the foundation that you once were creating or really envisioned that you would have, clearly it's kind of at a halt right now. You could actually be feeling like you're, especially these two together, that you're in a little bit of a rock bottom kind of state. You're focusing on a lot of failures around you, which is sad. And maybe your impulse, your impatience is really being activated. You could be feeling quite tempted, let it be, to reach out to this person or certain other areas in your life that are making you feel overwhelmed. This judgment, I do think there is some things right now that are coming in your life that are repeating, right? This is about unwilling to learn karmic lessons, really sitting in self-doubt, really sitting in uncertainty, to going through some form of, awakening, some form of new spiritual story, some form of rebirth, really uniting that past, present, future of yourself in a positive way. But I think this is kind of not balanced. I think sometimes you feel like, you're seeing that transformation, that things are about to unfold really beautifully. You're seeing the situation differently, and then boom, your indecision, your self-doubt, certain lessons you're not, I don't want to say not willing to see, but there's certain things blinding this collective, and it is coming from your impatience, maybe your lack of control of the situation, not really knowing what's around the corner. You're fighting that universal flow of life. You're fighting trying to surrender to your environment. And I'm not going to lie, this is some heavy stuff. So either this is what your mind creates for you with this kind of unwilling to learn, or you really could be sitting in this kind of energy right now. But a part of me is really feeling that this 10 of Swords, this 10 of Wands, I just don't feel this is just happened. I feel there's something that's being triggered in you with a lesson of your impatience. I feel this collective, it's not like you've just, this 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands is like, if it was just now, I could understand. But I think you've been riding the wave of this for a while. It's like you come in and out of trust, and I don't know why, but intuitively, I really feel this is a lesson for you to see this emotion differently. I talk about it here all the time with certain trigger points, and I think the reason I'm feeling that as well, because we have just gone through an eclipse season. I guess it could have happened in the physical. There could be a stress. I'm not going to lie. We've got a card of divorce and we've got a card of marriage here. So I guess for some of you, there could really be a concern about a divorce, a separation right now. But I don't know why my intuition is telling me this is more just a cosmic trigger to get you to learn to really surrender to what you're feeling and trust in what's aligning to you, even though you may not see it. Hold on, I want one more for this Ten of Swords. Wow. And I do say Five of Cups. It is hard, but we're not seeing the silver lining. We're so focused on those 3 spilt cups, spilt milk, that we're forgetting about the 2 strong standing cups behind us. We're failing to see whatever's been removed, whatever's been spilt, it was interfering with the structure we were creating or the structure that needs to be, right? And this 10 of Swords, you're in 5 of Cups over. So again, you're not seeing it completely right. Grief, sadness, loss, mourning, the emotional baggage, resisting the change. And that's the biggest thing I'm feeling. I don't feel this has just happened. I think you're not unwilling. Again, it's just when this trigger point comes up for you, you can fall straight into the worst. There's a silver lining to this 10 of Swords that unfortunately I do think you have moments of belief in. But when this Temperance in reverse activates you and the lack of movement, the lack of knowing, it's this impatience and this you could be quite an impatient person in general. Let's be real. But just the negativity you start speaking internally, they're wanting you to see something a little bit differently right now. Hold on, I want to confirm this connection. Oh, so only card that's up, and I can kind of see it in this energy. You got the chaser here. Now, this chasing energy has a real issue with codependence and fear of abandonment. And you may not be physically chasing, or maybe this collective, you have done something impulsively and tried to chase this situation. You're definitely energetically chasing here, but your codependence to the outcome and the knowing, and it does show that you might struggle with a little bit of control issues if that's something you've, reflected on maybe, or you may need to reflect on. But you definitely feel abandoned by this situation. It's made you feel not enough. So right now you're really frustrated. You're lacking confidence here. And this is self-sabotage, self-destructive. Maybe some of this collective you really did just maybe you just put out an olive branch, or you fell short to that temptation, but this has really activated your ego, but you are trying to heal, and that's what I feel. I don't feel this is so fresh. Like, I feel you have been trying to heal from this, but it's when that trigger comes into you that unfortunately you deal with the emotion exactly the same. It's a tough one. Okay, I feel this is both of you. This is the energy around this connection. Again, it makes me feel this has happened a while ago, because you've got watching, looking, watching in, stalking. I think I think both of you have done this to one another on the sidelines. It's really hard. I'm just going to tell you where my mind is. So right now I'm reading the Right Collective. This is your main focus. Reading this, I always say anything that activates this in someone, it really breaks my heart. And I just think, I don't want to say it's not worth your energy, because heartbreak is heartbreak. What consumes your heart consumes your heart. I always say true heartbreak, sometimes it can take 4 to 7 years for the human brain to properly get over. And I don't think people give themselves enough grace. I don't think family and friends support that heartbreak enough. It's the plenty of fish in the sea, just get back out there, all of that rubbish. This day and age, we experience this heartbreak, and there's so much oversaturation of twin flames, divines, and it's like, I'm just going to put a label on it because it's going to make it easier subconsciously. I feel this pain because they're X, Y, and Z. Instead of really understanding, it can take 4 to 7 years to get over pain like this. But there's a part of me reading the Right Collective's energy, just with how overwhelmed and how burdened you are, and how, like, it's making me feel very karmic and kind of a little bit of a toxic situation. So if it isn't, and this is where readings can take a turn once I start tapping into the actual energy around it, it just shows that the Right Collective, you're sitting in the turmoil, the resentment, the triggers, because it really is smelling very karmic, that you need to detach from it just by reading your energy, which is a little bit alarming if that's not the case and you really are just not seeing it properly. Anything that can take anybody to a 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups, Temperance in reverse, Judgment in reverse, so not healthy. So this is either, unfortunately, this collective, and I'm not saying this to trigger you, I'm going to rip off the band-aid. You're either in a little bit of, unfortunately, your shadow self right now, and really holding on to the worst, or this is really not a healthy connection and you need strength, and it's not to not feel the pain, but you really need to focus on healing. I hope I didn't word that too forthright. Energy around this. Oh, and then we get the soul connection song. So this is part of your soul contract. My angels. Mirror. So clearly a broken mirrored connection. You're mirroring each other. You reflect each other's wounds. This is calling you to go into introspection. It's part of your soul contract. So just, again, I'm reading your energy up here. Sorry, that was my phone. This is your energy up here. This is the energy around you. Just advice, if you are a lot of blame game right now, a lot of negative talk in the mind, especially towards this person, maybe you need to reflect that mirror back at you, because the universe is literally saying you're 2 peas in a pod here. So if you're feeling this betrayal, this and this and this, and so are they. Sorry. Wow. So this could be a marriage, or there was definitely talk about this. This is about eternal love, everlasting promise, soul connection. Look at these coming out now. as soon as we had that deviation. Healing heart. Oh, wow. Endings bring new beginnings. Growth, change, liberation, transition. You both need to grow here a little bit. This hovering, waiting for a message arrive, and that's where you go wrong. And you clearly both do this. You need to, this is so hard because I literally just said it takes 4 to 7 years to get over pain like this. But this is not the right focus to just, are they coming back? Are they coming back? Because every time you feel they're coming back and they don't come back, it just starts to make you resent, get angry, and again fall into this energy. That needs to shift. Okay, what we're going to do, I want to finish your perspective. I want to get this person's perspective right now. I want to get your soul contract energy for this connection. And we'll see how those parts go, and then how it leads. Oh my God! Stop it! You've got twin flames, you've got mirror, and you've got soul connection. And I literally just said, reading this collective, it feels like a big fat karmic triggering. That's how stuck you are in your shadow. I love you guys, but I just, you can see how much you're stuck in your shadow self. And this just confirms it. It's your impatience. I always say average separation, about 3.5 years. It's your impatience because you don't have the answers. You're out of control of the situation. So if you're this stuck in your shadow self, true twins, true mirrors, that means this person's that stuck in their shadow self. You're reflecting. You're holding on to the worst, which guaranteed they're holding on to the worst. And again, it confirms you both have had moments of this watching, looking, stalking. Don't make it fit. Don't make it fit. You're literally as bad as each other. Okay. I just want to finish your energy, and then I want to get this person's outlook. Okay, they could be an earth sign as well. But you could be stressing about financial things at the moment too. But loyalty could be a big thing on your mind, and maybe even trust issues. Maybe there's some people in your life you're questioning. Right now you'd be dissecting everything because you're in an overwhelmed state. So I don't just think you're just burdened by this. I do think you have acceleration in your soul of a lot of different areas in your life, right? I do think you feel like you're sitting in a broken foundation. But there's a reason I'm hearing like questioning loyalty. So maybe you're really focusing on certain things that are hidden, or feel like, you know, there was some form of betrayal. It's funny because I'm looking at this Ten of Swords and this Five of Cups, and it makes so much sense why you're not seeing the silver lining. If this is really a twin mirrored things in your soul contract to heal your abandonment, your code, you were destined for a separation. So that means your actual connection would have been very frictional, very up and down, highly passionate, and then rapid highs, rapid lows, right? So it was destined that you guys were going to part ways. So you're sitting in, unfortunately, a lot of longing because of your impatience. But clearly your connection would never work if it's not healed emotionally. You guys haven't healed your shadow selves, or healed enough to at least be able to compromise and talk clearly and nurture each other's vulnerabilities. So this Ten of Swords you're literally seeing as the be all and end all, but it's actually a blessing in disguise, because it's actually, when you're not in a triggered state in your shadow self, it's actually healing. It's healing with things that hold you back in life, with things that take out of the Two Cups behind you, right? So it wouldn't have just been this person that you would have had that chaser energy, that codependence, abandonment, fear of abandonment, self-sabotage, all of that stuff wouldn't have just played out with this person. This would have been a pattern for you in life, for the right collective, because this connection was meant to make you heal it, right? And I am going to confirm your contract energy, but it was pretty clear. It was to make you heal your broken mirror and your codependence and abandonment. So this collective, because you're so in the now and you're unwilling to see this lesson properly, you're not understanding the blessing this heartbreak actually did for your soul, because you're stuck in what you're trying to heal. Right, collective, this will make sense. So straight away when you get overwhelmed, you start thinking of the lack of closure, the loyalty, the lack of stability this provides. Can this even be trusted? Like, it just becomes quite negative. Ten of Swords, Five of Cups. Am I saying you didn't feel this pain? I'm not saying that. Of course you would have felt the pain if there were... This is part of your contract, and it's a true divine. It would have been one of the most painful things you've ever gone through. It would have really felt like a part of your soul was being ripped away, but it was meant to. And that is where this collective, when you're in strength, you know it. But when you're triggered, you forget it. And then your impatience comes in. It's not your ego's time, it's divine time. And you're still so codependent on what may be. You're sitting in separation frequency, because that's what you focus on when you're activated. When you're triggered, you focus on the ending. You focus on the destruction. You focus on the mistrust. I always say this, until you guys come into your balance, your union energy within, this is what prolongs you guys. You have to stop focusing on the destruction. Yeah, it's time to study. I love that this card says study of magic. So it made you have to start again. But they're saying, instead of focusing on this, focus on your goals, focus on your ambition, restore your faith with the things that do put sparkle in you, that you can control right now. Okay. And this card is a card of great prospects. So again, you don't see the blessing in disguise this truly is. I always say, whatever's in your soul contract, that needs to be ticked off before coming into alignment. This is clearly a big roadblock for this collective. So they would repeat this trigger for you time and time again to make you, instead of judgment in reverse, judgment upright. You still fall back into the same outlook. Yeah, it's holding you back. Oh my, so this Four of Wands, no, clouded judgment, they lied to me, the blocked communication. You're just very, if you're a true twinny collective, everything I'm saying, you know this doesn't serve you. The miscommunication, I need to reevaluate all this. Am I just being naive? Look at all the hostility. I must be crazy. All because of this bloody Temperance in reverse. I'm sticking to it. It makes you out of control. It makes you out of control. It makes you overwhelmed. No, I need to try something else. This isn't worth it. I don't want to do it. And then you watch, you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to be like, oh, this is reminding me of someone that's, you know, and I hope you're not, but it's coming to my mind. I'm going to cut this cord, I'm going to do this, I don't want to, but then you get the fear and it's just all over the place internally. It's overwhelming you. Your impatience overwhelms you. You know, it's that card. One of the hardest spiritual lessons, patience. Which this collective, you clearly haven't learned. So if they're trying to teach you patience, they'd be accelerating this in other areas of your life, which means you would be highly intolerant right now. You would have a very short fuse. So let it be, you know, your kids, your fur babies, strangers in the shops, having to wait in a queue, telemarketers, they would be showing you your impatience, right? They're not just going to show you with your emotion, they're going to be showing you in the physical how when you have to wait for something, you can get highly triggered to teach you this is far greater than just this person. It's an actual thing you need to surrender to and learn from. Oh my gosh. You've got tower here. And I don't even think you're in a tower, but you remember towers come in swift, unexpected, unless you're focusing on the past. But this is what you're unwilling to learn from. You've got tower, 10 of wands, 10 of swords, and the right collective. This has not just happened. So again, when you're triggered, it's like the emotion that comes, like that is truly, that would, like those three, that is truly, that is hard emotion when it's just happened to you to get over, right? Loss of home, loss of job, loss of love, loss of everything, passing, whatever the case, right? But the thing is, this hasn't just happened. I wouldn't be surprised if this has happened to you bloody months, years ago. But again, when it comes up over you, it's like you live in it as if it's just happened to you, right? But this tower is underneath judgment in reverse. So it's that you're not seeing it right. Every time you're triggered, you're living in it as if it's just happened to you. Don't make it fear. Don't make it fear. I don't, like... The right collective, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. It hasn't just happened. You need to start dealing with it differently. Like I said, this would have been one of the most gut-wrenching things you've ever been through. I'm not trying to undervalue that. But the thing is, this happened a while ago. Okay? You hold on to the pain. You're not letting go of the pain. But then in an hour or 2 hours, you crave this person. It's blocking you. And it's all stemming, for the right collective, from this. Your impatience. And it makes you completely overwhelmed and you're out of control with your emotion. I just want one more deck for you guys, just to really kind of show you what I'm feeling, because I don't think I hope I'm not triggering you guys. I just want to show you the imbalance, how you feel towards this person. So that's how you're feeling, what your focus is, but let's see how you feel. One more. Okay, but this is how you feel, right? Okay, so there could have been friendships that were involved. You could have met this person as a friend, but you miss them. You talk to the moon, reminiscing, sign synchronicities. You're probably in that phase still. Every single sign you see, you think it's your person. You could see 222, and then you could see a bloody... I was going to say crocodile. I don't know why I was going to say crocodile, but then I stopped myself. But anyway, you could literally see 222 and then a crocodile, and both of them would be like, yep, my person. You could see a crow and then you could see a cockatoo. Both of them, my person. You could see bloody 777 and whatever. I'm just this collective. It's like every single sign you see, it's like, that's my person. They're coming back. And then when they don't come back, expectation, impatience, temperance in reverse, you feel rejected. So even though you miss them, even though every single sign, because you haven't allocated them, which then means you would get so pissed off about your signs, you would be my collective that, you know, when you're this triggered, you're cursing your spirit team to the high heavens. Why, I don't want to do this anymore. Blah, 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 blah. You'd be bloody talking to them. All I want, just let them message me and I will do this. Or it's like you give your spirit team an ultimatum, right? Because you're still so bound to thinking this whole journey is just this person coming in and marrying you, even though you feel abandoned. Oh, but they're my divine masculine. They've abandoned me. They've rejected me. They chose friends over me. But boy, oh boy, I miss them. I see them everywhere. They're coming back. They're my divine masculine. They're the person that's going to sweep me off my feet. You literally 50-50 in the soul. Separation energy. No wonder you're a mess inside. One, you haven't allocated your signs. Two, you're still so dependent on this person returning as this, but you're holding on to them as their past version. You distrust this person within because that's how you see them. But then when you're not triggered, oh no, they're my divine masculine, you need to make your mind up. You need to make your mind up. You either believe, and when you're triggered, try and get yourself out of it and be on top of your thought pattern, or I promise you'll be on this journey for years. Divine masculine. Oh, but they're spying. They watch me. Then they're not a divine masculine. If you think that, and they are, you both do this to each other, it was in your energy. You think that they spy and watch from the sidelines and that makes you feel good, you're taking their strength away. That's wounded energy that does that. A true divine masculine, what they want, they get. They lock in. I read so many collectives and personals. It's like this makes you feel good. That you think that they've got burners or they're accessing you, or that's not good. It shows that they're still scared of their emotion. That they'd rather watch you from the sidelines and get triggered by the things they see than to talk to you and open up on a deep level. Missing you. I think that's this is reminding me of a little bit of obsession. There could actually be addictions, and I hope you don't numb your emotion away. That would make sense with why when you get triggered, you're always falling back to the same state without evolution of the emotion. If every time you're triggered, you either turn to, a glass of wine or something to suppress, that's just advice. It's just advice to not do that, but everybody's in charge of their own body. But I think you're addicted to the movement. They're coming in, and that's not a bad thing. It's making your mind up. But again, you guys want to say you're on this journey, but then you hear videos or other people's information. Oh, you're just delusional. So then you think, I'm delusional thinking like this. This is what they've really done. But it actually confuses you more. I always say, truly, what we think we create in this world, this is creating mess for you. It's creating stagnation. It's creating abundant blocks within. And I'm not talking about abundance, I'm talking about within. How can you be addicted to, this person's coming back, they miss me so much, but they've abandoned me, they rejected me, they chose other people over me. Of course you're going to feel like a mess. Of course you're going to tell yourself you're delusional. Look at your thought pattern. Like I said when I was reading you guys, I felt like I was reading a karmic, because that's how your energy is relaying their energy. That they're just one big triggering, tumultuous mess. And the sad thing is, the energy around you from up there is actually something so beautiful and magical. But because it doesn't make sense in your mind, you don't have control of the situation or the timeline of it, this is how you present. Oh, synchronicities, the temptation that comes over you, secrets. I'm more seeing that as you've got to... I more see this as you have to allocate your signs. But I am seeing this. I don't know if you've asked the universe to confirm through signs and synchronicities that this person's lied and betrayed. And why would you even ask for something like that? Like, if you have... It's like you're trying to hold on to the pain. You're putting them in a basket of they cannot change. But then when you're not triggered, you're wanting all the change in the world. %. And we deviated with that 5 of Cups and that 10 of Swords. When you're not in the state you are now, you know this abandonment was to heal you, to awaken you, to activate your best version, to gain your wisdom, your serenity, your faith, to spirit, to harmonize peace. You know this. That's good. You do believe that this is divinely protected through this rejection, but friendships cause this separation, but then you do fall into right person, wrong time. This is actually what you feel within, right? So it's not as bad as I was thinking. I'm going to be honest. This first row, bit alarming. Don't feel positive that this person watches. That's not a good thing, because it just shows they're in wounded masculine, right? This missing you, the addicted energy to the movement, not healthy. The signs and synchronicities, I think you need to allocate. I talk about allocating signs all the time. Otherwise, when you are in this obsessive thought pattern, you are going to think everything is about them. I always say just allocate one sign. Not their name, not their this. Majority of the time, like 99.9% of the time, when you constantly get divine masculine signs, it's because your brain, divine masculine, you've got their face on it, but it's your divine masculine, your yang, that needs to be balanced. So they will show you their name 10, 20 times, their karmic, their this, their that, because they want you to work on your yang, your divine mission, your success, your willpower, your mental discipline, your action in life. They want you to strengthen, because remember this journey to come into internal union with your feminine and masculine. But people will literally see their masculine sign all day, every day, and still think it's just them returning, right? Because you haven't allocated it. I always say one sign that you're not going to hardly ever see. A sign that is very rare, because when that one sign pops up for you, it's normally where the state you're in now, when you of belief and surrender. It's like, it's that moment that you're in, that one sign will come up and make you breathe. Right? But when you haven't taken the time to do that, it just sends you guys crazy. So it's just really these first 3 rows that just need to be shifted internally. When it comes to the abandonment, your true inner feeling, your knowing, you know this changed you. You understand the 5 of Cups. You understand it. The rejection, you have belief this is guided and protected. Friendships, family ships, love ships, whatever caused this separation, you understand. It was never the right time. We were broken. We were combative. We were argumentative, borderline toxic. This is actually not that bad. You've got to let go of this. You've got to let go of the time. You just need to focus on you. It's too much dependence on this person returning to make your journey real. Your journey is real. The right collective, you've activated to the universal flow of life. Synchronicities of this world. You see the world differently. It activated your self-discovery, your healing journey. That's valid enough. You're on the divine journey. Let go of external gain from this journey and just focus on you. It already is tangible. You already do see, but you're choosing not to see you and how far you've come. You make your journey valid, and that should be answer enough. I give you answers every single day how valid your journey is. by your self-discovery and of your powerful lighthouse within. If you got to experience this from up above, you're 5% of our population. Don't take it for granted. Because I promise you, as soon as you start to realize you are answer enough, this journey isn't crazy. Look at who you are. This will fall into place far quicker than you could imagine. But right now, you're one of my collectives. What makes this journey valid for you is coming into external union. Your internal union comes first, and the rest you need to surrender to and believe. I want to get the universe. I'm going to get this person. I'm going to get this person last. I want to get the universe's perspective on all of this soul contract. Okay, universe. Oh my God, and you got my magic card. And you literally could be destined to have a child. This is about birth and pregnancy, this card. So this is soul contract number 17. So it's to transform you through your restlessness, to create change, to activate and renew you. You could have moved quite a bit through this separation. Maybe distance had to be put in with you guys because you guys were just too tempted by one another. Believe it or not. So if now distance has become an obstacle for you, it was always meant to be an obstacle. You had to be far apart. Don't make it fit because this is your first card. But pregnancy, birth, they could be slender and tall. You could be 17. Important number in your cycles. Another reason, the reason you guys have so many repeated cycles, especially dates and months, is because this is meant to accelerate belief in you guys as well through your time apart. So 17 could be very significant. Let it be they message on the 17th a lot, or like 17 would be, or it always follows you around that number. For it to be your first card, 17th of the 10th, 10, you'd see a lot of 999. You would see a lot of 10, 10, 10 because you guys have your 7 ascensions, crown, 7 ascensions. Every time you're coming to an end of an ascension period, you would see a lot of 10, 10, 10. But it was to activate your magic, to find your witch's blood. This is my witch's card. So, are you a practitioner? Do you work with the moon? It was to teach you alchemy. It was to teach you to break things down in the right way, to make blends and brews, spell work, potions. It was to tap back into that ancestral bloodline. Your whole life you would have had this bound to you. I find a lot of witchy poos, you have a knack in the kitchen. A lot of you guys sometimes even become chefs, bakers, or when you were young, you work in a lot of restaurants, kitchen hands. You start to work with spices, herbs, and things from a very young age without you knowing. You have this around you all the time through life. You create power and magic through this. Just cooking, how many times you stir, or a tea, the clockwise, it's all magic. Okay, there's a reason I'm saying this. Dried flowers, you guys love flowers. You tend to dry your flowers out. You keep everything. Magical things, just random things sprout in your garden. Like you get these random flowers, or these random, you're like, how did that pop up? Nature around true witches, it sings when you're out there, especially where you live. Or when you plant stuff, it just grows in miraculous ways. There's a reason I'm going into so much detail for this collective with this stuff. You clearly, holy shit, as I was about to say, you're powerful to activate your magic. This collective, so much more than, oh my God. So you're literally a witchy poo. 222, we said that deviation before. To make you remember your mystery, your magical power. Crows moon animals. So there's 12 moon animals. We've got animal totems, but black cats, crows, owls, rats, like all the 12 moon animals would just around you. Okay, they would be everywhere around you. Have a familiar of some sort, but magical, powerful, to understand, you're a clever problem solver, to really understand omens, good or bad, to increase your observant nature in the right way. So your overthinking mind in the right way, your creative outlet. You a witchy poo, you've got a creator's mind. This is your truly to create a new beginning in life. Your new beginnings, excitement, rejuvenate, setting goals. Underneath that 10 of swords, that in 5 of cups, what about your goals? Oh, to make you just believe in surprises. A life without surprises is a boring life. You have a surprise here. You don't need to know the time. You don't need to know when your present's going to arrive. This is meant to happen when you least expect it. It was meant to make you come alive again, to grow. Fertility. You've got, out of 4 cards, you've got 2 about fertility. But to rebirth into your Mother Gaia. This new cycle will come. And you've got a big yes with double exclamation point. It will come. If this was destined in your contract to be a surprise, then let go. Because the more you keep expecting it, the longer you're pushing it away. Let go. Sorry, that first part would have been so triggering. I find it's always my divines I give such tough love to, because you guys just don't... You all go through phases, I get it. But when you guys really believe that this journey is nothing to do with them, it's nothing to do with them. You guys are here to change this world in some way or form. When you truly believe this and you understand by you helping, literally serving humanity, that's what true divines do. That's where we get our sparkle. We get our sparkle from helping. Look at who you are within. That's what you need to focus on. And when you're not triggered, this collective you would. Just save this part, this collective. Just save this part. I had so many readings I think it was last week with this. It's not that this trigger comes up as often as it used to. So you probably really do think you're healed. But it's when the trigger does come up, you're dealing with it exactly the same. The unwilling to learn the karmic lesson. Every time this uncertainty comes up, every time you want to type their name in and check their social media or check if you're unblocked, watch this. Stop energetically chasing. Stop focusing on them. Every time they come up, go alchemize, go bake, go cook, go grind some herbs, go paint, go do something. Like, you've got to be proactive about it. Every time they come up, I am stronger than this thought pattern. This is my old belief system I am trying to change. I don't need to know if they're my true divine or if I will have union. I'm going to surrender to myself. What's on the end of my red thread will not pass me by. But you need to believe those words. And the only way to start believing them is to change your thought pattern. Your very first card, until you heal your restlessness, until you renew this, you are on pause. Just remember that. Maybe that's what you need to hear. Every time you're restless, find calm. Truth. To teach you how to have effective communication. To teach you how to overcome barriers independently. You don't need companionship to be whole. You complete yourself. To truly work on communication, to unite yourself, to connect to your higher self. Maybe collaborations, maybe there's something in business that you're meant to take off to harmonize yourself, to learn true compromise, to overcome barriers. Number 12. Let's talk. Oh, of course. Of course you get my lighthouse. True divines, that's what you are. You're a guidance system for the world. You have the power of your alchemy, and you get the light codes and the energy you do for a far greater reason than just you and external gain. This is to help others. This is why you were granted your access. And I guarantee you, this collective, this overwhelm that you're feeling because you are a lighthouse, you would have threads attached to you everywhere because you're here to help. The only way to help, I always say, you transition from an empath to a healer by learning how to feel someone's emotion, transmute it, alchemize it, relay a healing message to heal them. I guarantee this collective, what you're going through right now, you have someone around you, someone in your community actually going through that destruction, but because you're maybe, haven't really practiced your gifts from a young age. You probably only started practicing your gifts from a few years ago. Your brain is archiving and making you remember the emotion with memories of this person. Your brain is archiving your own imagery of your life, right? Because I say, how can we transmute and alchemize? And this is why healers have gone through the most traumatic lives, because those people, you need to feel what they feel. Because how can you can't truly help someone if you need to feel their pain, to alchemize it, to resonate with them. And this collective, what you are feeling, you have someone around you that needs your guidance system, but you're mistaking it for your own. Just remember, what is going to soothe your restlessness is truly, and 17th of July, but you could be seeing 717 a lot too. To soothe your restlessness, to truly alchemize, your light needs to be shared with those around you. I always say this in personals for the readers I read. When you're true spiritualist, believe it or not, your emotion is very kind of even keel. But because most of you close down 3 or 4 because of your shadow, society's expectation, the way we're brought up, we close off our magic at a very young age, right? So this becomes your armor, and this is what puts you guys into dormancy. Because instead of accelerating with your magic, you're now accelerating with your armor, right? So from a young age, because you've always read energy, you've been very up and down emotionally, right? So you just think you're overthinking your up and down is who you are. It's not. You guys are like this, but you've always read energy. This journey is to teach you that your energy is actually like this. But the only way to get rid of the up and down is to soothe, right? Is to guide. So I always tell you guys, when your emotion has just had an erratic change, sit down, do a reading, whatever it is your business or whatever it is that you do to put your guidance system out in the world. That moment of an erratic temperament change, your community needs you, right? There's a reason I'm saying this for this collective. Just remember, whenever your energy, true divine, whenever your energy is up and down, someone needs you to remove an obstacle, to create a safe passage for them. The universe is literally saying this will help you renew your restlessness. And right now, this collective, you have someone in your community or someone that really needs you. So don't mistake it for your own. Because what you were going through, that was very painful. And I felt it as a big karmic mess, right? And again, because your poor little brain is now putting this person, because they're your love situation in your mind, in that category. Now you're feeling like this person's a karmic mess that's attached to you. The right collective, this will all make sense. It'll be like pennies. And this is why true divines or people that come out of dormancy, your first stop is normally tarot and oracle. to start teaching yourself to relieve the excess energy. But you guys get stuck and just sit there and read yourself. Your gift is for others. You'll never transmit if you're just constantly reading archived energy that is meant for someone else. Oh, your magic. So when you're in your... you would have dragon's blood. So this is under Witchy Poo card. To truly learn to trust in divine timing. Patience. To alchemize. To connect to your soul spark, your binding force of life, your life force. To understand you are our creator is in all of us. We are one. You are the divine. Alchemize. Believe. We're all just one big magical particle of stardust. And I'm seeing dancing. I'm seeing dancing. Part of your magic, body movement, release energy. Go put on some music and just bloody go dance around your house. Have a little sprinkling while you're doing it. I'm not seeing this as negative. Remember, this is part of your soul contract, right? So this magical, remembering, powerful crow energy, whatever is interfering, friendships, betrayal, it's all bound to your contract. These people have interfered life after life, and what? Make this be the lifetime you sever this stuff out of your energy. Stop focusing on it. Who cares? Just remember your magic and power are for others. That's how I'm going to read that third person in other people involved, this and that. Who cares? Who cares? Doesn't matter. That's not going to soothe you. So why focus on it? Let it be. Let it be. I was just about to say I want one more for that row, and look at the card that flipped in my hand. I wasn't even quick enough to get the words out. So this magic, remember, magical, powerful, and I said this has happened in every lifetime. These people, you get the twin flame card, soul connection, pair of things. This is, I always say, the reason it keeps repeating because you never get it right in your lifetimes. Make this be the lifetime you get it right. 22nd of the 6th or 18th of the 6th. They are there for a reason. I always say true divines, those karmic interferences are they're there long before you arrive. So you shouldn't even be seeing, third part, they were there. They were permanent fixtures before you entered for a reason. Stop giving them focus. They don't need your oh God. Of course it was. Of course it was. So this to connect to you, to rebirth into, for you to find you again, for you to tap into your artistic, emotional, mystic version of yourself, your dream state, to realize how enchanting you are, your sensitivity, your fluidity, your compassion, diving deep into your healing, your intuition, your romantic self. Oh God. Look at ya. How I deviated and spoke to you about your mind and your magic, you would have all four clairs. All my divines do. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognition. You would have all of them. Dragon. Remember that. Oh. To put you into early retirement. Sorry. That's this card. But remember I said, and collaborations. There's something about your business to establish yourself through your ambition, your experience, your achievement. Literally your career, virtue, development, early retirement. Oh, gosh. Patience. To trust in the wheel. The things that are out of your hands. Wheel of Fortune, fate, karma, cycles, forces of the universe, destiny, synchronicities to tap you into the universal flow of life, to get what you deserve. Where there's bad karma, there's good karma. You will get your present. Let go of when it arrives. This is all out of your hands. But to surrender to it, the more you keep going crazy, it's the control issues. The longer you're pushing this away. You're just prolonging. Had so many collectives this month and I'm hearing it. This probably could have come in bloody 2 cycles ago, but you just keep getting stuck on the same emotion. It's there. It's knocking at your door. Let it go. Let it go and believe. Okay. Like I said, this collective just saved this one little part. And every time you have, if you found strength in it, and it made you just release that heaviness, save it. Because then when you're like this, you just have something to reignite that strength again. Okay? This is magic. You need to learn to trust. Not just when you're not triggered, but when you're triggered. That's when it matters. Trust. They've closed that. Okay, I'm just going to get you one surrender card and then we're going to get into this person. I'm going to be honest, they're probably just as bloody messy as you are right now. I'm not saying that to upset you. This is a clarity reading, not a movement reading. This is just to clarify where they are on their journey right now. Self-esteem. Have more confidence in yourself. Oh, procrastination. Wouldn't surprise me that you procrastinate when you're like this, because you get overwhelmed. But what are you procrastinating on? Because that's avoidance. Now is the time to jump on a goal, especially with your craft. There's a reason I went into so much explanation. I don't know if you've been wanting to start practicing your craft more, getting online or whatever it is. There's something here you've had intuition to do, but you keep putting it off. Remember that 10 of Swords with that 5 of Cups. Instead of focus on that, focus on your study of magic, your great prospects ahead, setting new goals and intentions. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of keep putting it off. Taking action will attract success and remove internal abundant blocks, which will remove external abundant blocks. Truth. Stairway to Heaven. Who sings that? Is that Guns N' Roses? Is that Guns N' Roses? Is that a song? Stairway to Heaven. Oh, now why am I hearing Highway to Hell? Literally polar opposite. Oh. Sorry, this is true. Fact. Surrender to your attachment to result. That's the issue here. If it doesn't happen, it's not real. You look at you. You are the answer. That you're all the answer you need. It's real. Look at your evolution. The formula to success is to do all that you can do. And trust me, this collective, when it comes to craving them, there's no more. You've done all you can do. Let that one go. To make things happen, then let go of the result and trust in it. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Amen. And look at you. You're blocking your communication. You're blocking your throat chakra. Because the overthinking makes you not be honest with yourself. It's just negativity. One more. The fear of it not coming in. Who cares? Oh, it came out. Not your ego's timing, it's divine's timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. Impatience, control issues. Love yous. If a goal, that means there's someone in your community that really struggles with that. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust in the universal flow of life. You need to screenshot this collective, or write that blurb on your fridge, on your mirror, your bathroom mirror. It's not my ego's timing, it's divine's timing. All 3 are your throat. All 3 of them. All right, I just want to start with these for them. Okay, so they're really sensitive. This collective's a bit sensitive right now as well. They're stressed. Oh, that's really sad. So you guys are lacking confidence. They're feeling worthless. So they're really delicate. They're really hurt right now. They're clearly taking things to heart. All right. Words are hurting. I hope that the very first part of this reading, I just hope it wasn't too overwhelming for the right collective. But they're emotional. They're really reactive right now. They're feeling pressured, burdened, tense, bothered, worried, agitated, troubled, weighed down, that no one cares about them, that they don't matter. Defective, that's really sad. They don't feel good, flawed, unwanted, undervalued. In an odd way, you guys are reflecting. I actually think they're a little bit more extreme than you. But if that first part was very triggering, they're probably extremely triggered themselves right now. They clearly have a sensitive heart, and then on top of their sensitive heart, they have a lack of confidence and a lack of worth. And that's really affecting this and this collective. You can see that their worthlessness is affecting you. You guys are accelerating this in one another, and this is why you guys lead the way. When this emotion comes up, I know it's hard. You have to try and center it. It's actually beneficial. That's why you have those magical threads in place. But instead of sitting there, and I see this, I'll send them strength. Send yourself strength. You are one. So send yourself strength. That'll actually work more. By praying, asking for stillness, asking for center, asking for strength, you will be granted that. Truly, by you finding it in these moments, they feel rejected. You feel rejected. You got rejection. So again, huge confirmation how much you're reflecting. And I said that in the first part. I said you are so bound to your shadow self right now. This person's going to be exactly the same. And it's really sad. Your shadow self is bound to impatience and control issues. Theirs is literally self-worth, and they would have a fear of rejection, this person. So because you have such a focus on how they rejected you, even if they're craving you to the utmost, their fear of rejection would come in. Look what I've done. They'll never forgive the mess I've made. They already feel worthless, so why are they going to align with you to make them feel more worthless? Unless you struggle with rejection trauma, people don't get it. They feel discarded, ignored, shut out. Okay. Because of their sneaky behavior. And that's another thing you're completely focusing on. Their mask, their betrayal, their sneakiness. Why would they forgive the mess I've made? So everything you're holding on to, which I said in your part, they are reflecting, and it's actually putting barriers up. So because you're so focused on it, they're so focused on it, and they're so focused on it to a state that you will never forgive them. So why even bother? Why even bother opening this wound up when I'm going to get rejected and I'm going to have to relive this pain as if it just happened? And the biggest thing for this collective, you are living this pain as if it just happened. I literally said it to you. You got the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands sitting in it as if it happened literally just before you watch this reading. And they have such a fear that they're going to feel that again, because there's no way you would accept it. Hopefully this is making sense. Why it's just, this is why you guys are about, I'm going to say 6 to 9 months, sometimes even more, in front of their journey. This is why when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You learn the lessons and the center of emotion for a reason before them. But right now, this collective, and this is where they're unwilling to learn the karmic lessons, unwilling to alchemize, unwilling to transmute. Again, watch the whole thing. It's making so much sense. This is what's keeping it on pause, but you're seeing it so physical. Remember, you came out as the crow, the witch, that like... their sly behavior, snake, their deviousness, the way they hid things, the way they were deceitful, how they told you a lie. I don't want to say trying to trick you. Clearly, this is part of they've got an issue with denial, yes, but you can't. This collective, the thing is, you love this person, right? This person's presenting as your divine, your soul connection. So you are so wanting the end stop, but you can't let go of this behavior. It doesn't make sense. And that's why I said you either let go and not use the excuse, oh, they're my twin flame, I can't let them go, or you surrender and you become stronger than your thought pattern. Because again, I said it for you guys, you will be on these cycles for decades. as hard as that first part would be to watch for the right collective, because if you're feeling their sense, I would watch that. Or if it's too triggering, save it and watch it when you're not triggered. And then they're nervous. So again, it eats up everything. They're not going to, their nerves get the best of them. They're worried, they're uneasy, they're tense, they're insecure, they're apprehensive. It makes them uncomfortable, so they become hesitant. One more. And going over the, and you are too, the selfishness here. Their self-interest, how they were self-absorbed, me. No consideration for others. They could even be questioning if they're a narcissist. They're being really hard on themselves right now, because you're being so hard on them right now. Emotionally, internally. Okay. Let's actually see their perspective of this situation. Oh, so that, not good, so they're trying to find logic to it, trying to detach from it. I always say in love, you don't want to see that approach. They've got their boundaries up. They feel battered and bruised by the whole situation, and they're probably reflecting on the damage that they've done here. So then they try to put a logical, approach on it, why this wouldn't work. I've allocated this person could have, there could be details about sexuality here as well, but they're going over their unconventional life choices, or they could see you a little bit like this as well. Maybe your spirituality or witchy poo nature is confronting to them. So especially your sight, you would see so much, or they would have fear over your sight. They would have fear over the things you can see in their soul. So another excuse for them to not come forward. Yeah, so maybe, and control, that's a big thing for you. They could be seeing you as a little bit controlling, but their lack of control of emotion when it comes to you, which is probably really confronting for them. Their lack of life experience, they could be comparing, values to your values, or life experience to your life experience. Again, they're trying to find all the reasons to keep them away right now, because they're so scared of how they broke your heart, how they manipulated you, how they revoked offers, how they disappointed you, how they're obsessed. This, again, watch from part 1. How could you forgive the mess I've made? This is just going to hurt me again. I have to keep these boundaries up. They're trying to put logic over their heart's emotion, and it's just overwhelming them. And that's what's happening with this collective. But then they think, can we make positive changes? Can we look ahead? Can we have a turning point? Oh no, but it doesn't make sense. I'm destined to get my heart broken this time. How could we ever recover from this? Oh, so the trust, love is in reverse over the logic. The trust issues. We'll never get trust. A relationship can't work with trust. Look at the imbalance. Look at the disharmony. Look at the way we argue. We're so disconnected. It's been so long. Like this, see your mind. Hopefully this is just showing you the power of your threads, my angel, because you can see the reflection. Flippant, nothing to say, the unanswered questions, the unresolved issues. But then they do have hope. So even though they see you as a little bit of chalk and cheese, will there be active listening? Will they listen? Will they hear me all the way out? Can we come in synergy again? So, oh, this is good. I wasn't expecting that. This says I'll contact you soon. I was not expecting that. Your dreams. I've been dreaming about you in my dreams. We are so free and in love. I wish I could. It wouldn't surprise me if this was activated in you guys by a dream. How they've played so many games. This Knight of Cups in reverse. This was a game to me. The way I was acting, responding, or posting was all just to get your attention. It didn't work. And nervous again. Double whammy. This person's nervous. You make them extremely nervous. You make me nervous. Even just thinking about you, I get nervous. I'm not sure what to say or how to act around you because of all the I've done. Attention of others, so they could be very jealous. They could see you get a lot of attention from others as well. Why would you choose me? This says they're addicted to the attention of others. I love feeling wanted and needed. I don't feel whole without it. It could be a bit of them, but this could be their outlook on you as well. Are they good enough? Can they make you happy? Especially if you do have quite a few people around you or a community, or, again, it goes back to their worthlessness. I'll never be enough for this person. How they gaslighted you. How they were unclear for so long. How they didn't give you answers. How they tested your patience. I was lying to you and gaslighting you. You weren't crazy. You were right. I just wasn't strong enough to admit it. That's what I was feeling with the sight. But I wanted to see that card, Will You Listen? Because that's why I got these. You're so special. But is it the right time? Mother wounds. So maybe there's some lack of vulnerability here. Wouldn't surprise me. You're truly divine. I've never felt an energy like yours, and I can't get enough. They're overwhelmed with responsibilities, and I think just thinking about all of this makes them overwhelmed. They have something to say. I was hearing that, Will You Listen? There's something I really want to share with you. I'm waiting for the right time to tell you. This soon card, I don't know about that. We'll have to get, hold on, let's just get a couple more of these. Naive. So they do want to apologize, but then they think about their lack of life experience and the controlling and how they felt caged, how they caged you. So it eats away at them, but they're not seeing it right. They're seeing it in a Page of Cups. Clouded judgment. They don't know that though. But their heart clearly sings for you, but it's the damage that's been done, because this collective, you won't let go of the damage that's been done. Holy moly. So they literally did promise you the world. This is underneath. They broke your heart, manipulated, disappointed you, revoked offers. They obsess about it. Over the Ten of Cups. This deck specifies divine love. How this was so blissful and harmonious, and how they felt emotionally fulfilled and stable, and then boom. Look at you. You guys saw this as a Ten of Swords, a Ten of Wands, a Tower. They're not stupid. They know what they've done. But again, it's not you. And they know they're being selfish. They know. And my angels, that was another big thing for you. You see them as a divine masculine, but you also get kind of happy knowing that they spy on you. I said you're keeping them in the category of emotionally unavailable, as wounded. So it's like this person knows all their wrongs, but it's like they are prioritizing their emotion because they don't want to get rejected. So even though they know they're wrong, and it is a bit selfish. It makes sense. It's like they know you deserve an apology, but they're so guarded of their heart. It's sad. Oh my God, literally at the bottom. They know they need to confess. Confession. They know they need to come clean. They do have a pricked consciousness. They do have remorse, but it's like, I don't want to get hurt. All right, let's get a couple of these. Let's see how this goes on intention. Whoa. Oh my God, the same missing you, French. So they do. When they think about you, they think of certain friendships, and they do think about the movement, what you're obsessed about, this collective. But their trauma that overwhelms them too much, overwhelms them, so they choose isolation because it makes them feel too heavy. But they're upgrading. Perfect. So it's a perfect time for you to, instead of having that judgment in reverse, unwilling to learn the lesson, let's get it up right for you guys. So they can actually, they're trying to have some form of activation here. the karmic energy. This isn't connection, this is shadow. And I said it how many times? You're stuck in your shadow self, they're stuck in their shadow self. So every time they miss you, they deal with it the exact same way. Every time you miss, you deal with it the exact same way. What's it doing? Creating a block. Neither of you are dealing with the trigger point differently. So this is why it's on standstill. You're both exactly the same when it comes to that. You deal with it in your own right. There's friends. So there is karmic connect. Who cares? Remember your part. Whatever's involved here, it's meant to. Stop focusing on it because it's a huge focus for them. Remember the crow and the other third part. Watch the whole thing. Everything you're fixating on is the fixation for them to not move. Why it wouldn't work. Because look at how much it triggers you when you focus on it. So it wouldn't work. You might think by them returning, but your focus is what completely overwhelms you. And it's like they can feel it energetically, right? So this is literally what's putting this at a standstill. Right, collective? This should just literally be raining pennies for you. Movement. Watch. Oh, well, we know that, but you got to stop getting excited over it. Not excited, but it's like it makes you feel better knowing that. It shouldn't, because then on top of that, you're taking their divine masculine strength away by holding on to this. Are they watching me? Checking your stories, checking this, checking that. Are they? Who cares? Who cares? It means they're wounded. So instead of moving in the physical, they just pry and they creep. So every time they want to call, it activates their trauma. And you had addictions under the movement, like you're obsessed over the movement. Relieve it. Relieve it. So underneath their upgrade, static, because you're not clearing your upgrade. So the one row that's positive to start shifting all of this, they're static over their mind, because this collective, you keep falling back to the same trigger point. The one thing that can start removing the block, you've got static. And that's coming from you, you beautiful angels. This isn't a movement reading. Do they want to? Yes. You've got work to do with you. I'm going to get their intention for you, and I'm going to get these beautiful twin flame oracles from the universe of what you need to focus on clearing. Although I think this reading has kind of given answer enough of what needs to be cleared. Why do I feel these are going to be sad? Okay, so a memory that would create static. Why would they forgive the mess I made? I saw that Knight of Cups in reverse straight away. December 22nd. This could be a collective. Christmas was... I've got a couple of divine collectives here. Christmas was a really bad time for you guys. December 22nd, February 6th, February 7th, March 19th. I feel this was a destructive period, because they're trying to hold on to everything why this wouldn't work. Pisces energy, holding on to the toxicity of this relationship, telling themselves this couldn't be the right love. Look at how much we argue. Look, and because that's a huge focus for you right now. I had an idealistic view on what relationships should look like, but you have started to challenge that perspective, and you've made me question my whole value system. I didn't understand. This is okay. I didn't understand what you were trying to teach me then, but I'm starting to now. 93 and 98. Oh, so they do feel connected to you, telepathic. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, the voice, and you, the signs, synchronicities, this collective. We are connected throughout the universe, even if we are miles apart. And that was another big detail. Part of the right collective soul contract is the distance that's been put between you guys, because it needed to. You guys would have been too tempted by one another if you were around each other. Oh, so So they did listen to it. That's why friends and karmic connections are coming up over this memory. So they did. But who cares? You got to stop focusing on it. Number 15, devil energy. I was foolish to believe the opinions of others. I should have trusted my heart. And this goes back to what people were telling them love should be like, maybe. I should have trusted my heart more than what others thought about our connection. Please forgive me for doubting our connection. And now angels, synchronicities, symbols, follow them everywhere, just like you. I'm receiving many messages about you through the universe, symbols and images. The universe is showing me my way back to you and you back to me. They're hoping. Pisces 2. So cycles, so how many times it hasn't worked, okay? Keep replaying the same story over and over again. We keep replaying the same story over and over again, but they're seeing this differently. I think for a long time, and divines, this happens, you have points of communication, it ends up being triggering. You get stuck on a layer. So they kept putting that stuck energy to this was toxic, this was this. View on relationships, but they're breaking free from this. When are we going to do better so we can be better? But they are juggling, so their responsibilities in life. I'm having a hard time processing what happened between us and juggling my responsibilities. I needed time and space to deal with, and they still do. They still do need time and space. So does this collective. Again, it's not your ego's timing, it's divine's timing. They're in a turmoil, and you can look at them. They are in complete inner turmoil. I am bounded physically, mentally, and spiritually. I feel there's no way out from where I am. So a bit of victim mentality. And this collective, in the nicest way, just the way you're seeing things. I'm trying to fight my inner demons, but sometimes it's difficult. Unsent messages, they've probably literally that many, top secret, hiding their emotion, but that's good. This literally is about, will you listen as well? I really want to tell you how I feel, but is it too late? Will you understand what I'm trying to say, or will you misinterpret my message? Right now you would. I'd rather not say anything at all, or you would walk on eggshells with all this pent up. You've got to trust. This is being held back for a far greater reason than you can see, this collective. It finally dawned on me why I feel so drawn to you, and our connection is so intense, but it's also scary. I'm starting to understand my fears and my overwhelming emotion towards you. This just needs some more time. But clearly, because one of this collective's biggest lessons in this world is to be more patient and to truly trust in the universal flow of life. Not just say it, not just say, oh yeah, everything happens for a reason, or yeah, but to believe it. Okay, what does this collective need to clear right now? What do they focus on? So you are, first card, telepathic, you're reading each other's mind and you don't even know it. Number 7. One of us is sad, one of us is angry, and it's creating an energetic match in frequency with one another. Stop it. Truth. Stay conscious of this if possible. Try to help me elevate it. This is why you guys are in front. Oh my God. You have to, as triggering as that first part is, you need to watch it. Holy moly. That sums up this whole reading. That one card. Don't pray for strength for them. Pray for strength for you. Pray for realization. Pray to break free from the shackles of the same trigger. Be stronger than your mind. Patterns. Sorry. 7667. 76. We project our patterns onto each other, and this makes it difficult to see what is real and what is fear-based thinking. Sign. This is coming from up there. Everything we've said, it's literally confirmed in 2 cards. I don't even need more. It literally confirms what you need to release. But you either believe it or you don't. Karmic type 767. I've been giving my power away to karmic people in my life. So stop focusing on those karmic people so they don't give their power away to them anymore. But they're learning to set boundaries. So what boundaries do you need to set with karmic people? Another telepathically connected. I feel you pulling away. And I feel you pulling away, and it triggers my fears that you'll leave me for good. Look at this collective, the negativity. So they feel it. 765, 567, consecutive numbers. Sign again. 10, focus on your mission. Focus on the goals. Focus on your part. Mission number 10. I always felt I had a higher calling in my life, which this connection activated for the right collective. You were answer enough. This journey is real. Another big part in our connection brings I always felt I had a higher calling in life, and our connection brings me more clarity on it. So the universe is saying, let's stop focusing on this BS. Let's focus on the things that are tangible, that do prove that your journey is real, the things, your higher calling, what you're meant to achieve in this world. This is why true divines, this comes first. This, your healing, comes first. This is what unites you within. This, coming into center with this, is what removes the blocks of external. Internal first. Sovereignty. Oh, then union. Look at that. So this is what you're stressing about. So the one of us is sad, one of us is angry, one of us is creating 7th of the 11th, 11th of the 7th. Look at that union card and the two bodies making a love heart of energy. Our love is eternal. It exists in every dimension and cannot be lost. But you need to believe it. This collective, as soon as you're in, that goes out the window. You think you're crazy. Can you not see the power of one, like with you guys? Can you not? Everything that is blocking them. Every single thing. Every single thing. You know this world is a multiverse, right? So you have a timeline you're trying to reach where everything in that contract is playing out. That's your highest timeline, your abundant timeline you're trying to reach. You know that, don't you? So just because in this timeline that you're in right now, it's not there, this journey is to, one, teach you about all of this, the true power of this universe and what really goes on here. That's what you're connecting to. That's why you feel it. That's why your 4D mind shows you it. Because there is a timeline. You've got fertility, this, that, all of that in your contract. You're living that life, right? You know that. That's what you need to fall back into. Synchronicities. We project our patterns onto one another, makes it difficult for you base thinking. Number 11, the names on this: Kelly, Robert, Kevin, James, Rose, Eric, Bruce, Martin. Number 11, I'm seeing synchronicities like your name or 1111, and I'm working out, and that was a huge thing. Start to allocate your signs. You're both being bombarded by signs right now. 1111. The universe wants you to put time into your signs, not signs about each other, but you. More patterns underneath. I feel you pulling away. I want to let my guard down with you, but look at all the fear, because you're projecting so much fear. I want to let my guard down with you, but the fear makes me lash out in self-defense. That's you. Fear of this won't work, so you go straight into negative thoughts. And so do they. So they keep their walls up. Another mission. As twin flames, we are here to ascend and help others do the same. Mission comes first. And again, 765, 765, 1111, 10. All the synchronicities. Reflecting. That's way too many. Okay, one more. Another, you got 3 mission cards. 10, 9, 11, 10, 9. Because of you, I'm starting to see what's really important in life. You already have the answers. You're doing the same. That makes your journey valid enough. I can't stress that enough for this collective. Your mirrors. Last card. Mirroring. You're projecting your own fears and limitations onto me. Go within to understand that you are seeing yourself, not me. The mirror part of this, everything, this whole thing is reflecting admission at the bottom again. 8765, 8765. And remember when that mirror card came out and I said, instead of focusing on them, point that finger back at yourself. Your last card. Again, all of these are literally summing up this whole reading. Oh, hold up. Knock on the door. Oh my God, sign timing. Hopefully that's like a knock on your... literally. Relieve this stuff so you can get a knock on your door. Oh God. Timing. All right. Last deck. Let's get just a couple of these. Oh, anchor. That wasn't even in the deck. Endurance. Let's stop focusing on deception, mask, because it's deceiving yourself. It's worth waiting for, but you need to believe it's worth waiting for. Well, we know that. It's not about lack of attraction here. This is what's blocking you. The things you cannot see. Let it be physical deception or the way you deceive your mind. That judgment in reverse. It's worth waiting for if you want it to be. And spirit babies. This, right, you've got this in your contract. Right now, you ain't going to be playful. Forgive and learn. There's just some more lessons here. You got to stop focusing on this. You need to either believe it's worth waiting for and this is what you're destined for. And that's not going to go away. You are never going to be able to forgive and learn and approach this and give this another chance properly until you really learn the lessons that need to be learned. But it's not even the unicorn energy because you are valid enough, but you need to learn to trust the romantic feelings. They haven't gone anywhere. It's just sad because you are one of my collectives. For this journey to be valid for you, it's all dependent on them returning to you. It's not about that. It's about you. I've got to get charms, but I was about to get dice first. Oh my God, royal love. This is my royal love. So you've had a lifetime of royalty with this person. Sapphire. That very rarely comes out. Lightning. There could be something quickly. That's my rapid moving charm, although this is not a movement reading. And even if there was movement reading, it ain't time. You can see it. F and J. You got the double lightning here. I'm not getting movement for this. If there is movement, I'm not meant to give you the answers for that. You're meant to deal with it, how you're going to deal with it. But trust your heart's protected. The Holy Grail. That Justin Timberlake song. I heard that straight away. It's protected and luck is on your side. Apples. This is like a charm for a reason. Either you're eating an apple, you love apple. There's something about apples. Baby butterfly. You're both just bubbles, is right. Remember your true mirrors at the moment anyway. And spirit baby. And white candle wax. Maybe you've got a white candle on. But you're a witchy poo, this collective, so you probably work with flames. Fire could be your element that you really connect with. 14th of the 5th, 5-5. Could be 5-5 portal. Or you could be seeing a lot of 5-5-5. 5th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 5th. 25th of the 1st, 5th of the 4th, 4th of the 5th. Oh, that rolled to 3. 5th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 5th, 3-3. 12th of the 1st, 1st of the 12th, 12th of the 7th, 7th of the 12th. All right, my angels, I love you guys. Tough reading. Hopefully that last part made a lot of that make sense for you guys. All right. Love yous.